welcome back to Talk With Nia. So, let's talk about JT sitting down with Angie Martinez. So, she did an interview with Angie Martinez on her podcast, and JT spilled a lot. All right, she talked about the City Girls as a group and breaking up, the rumors about that, addressing all of that, her relationship with Lil Uzi, her childhood growing up, her time in jail, a ton. So definitely watch that whole interview. Now, JT shared that she still beats herself up in regards to going to jail and how that possibly pushed back, them being able to build off of the hype that they had after they released Act Up, because she was in jail. And then when she came out of jail, the pandemic hit. So she really beats herself up about that a lot. Listen to what she had to say.
Because when I come up, unfortunately, I was in prison. Mm-hmm. Like, it was very an unfortunate situation that I kind of beat myself up about to this day. Like,
still?
Damn, yes. I'd be like, if I would have never went to prison, we would have been here. Like, or we would have been on this level, because I feel like rapping is my skill. And I feel like when I got out, as soon as I got out, I had to go to the halfway house. And a lot of people did not understand. I had to do like 6 months in the halfway house, meaning I could not shoot a video. I could not be seen for real. And I used to sneak and do like posts, but like, I swear to God, in my last week of the halfway house, I got in big trouble. And I almost got sent back to prison for posting. And I was like...
So they mentioned this a few times, and she talked about her experience in jail and then at the halfway house, and how she really couldn't do much, and how people was talking about her, basically saying, oh, she came out of jail, they're not doing anything. But she was sharing that she couldn't go to a lot of places, and she couldn't even really post a lot. So she had a lot of restrictions, and she still beats herself up about that, because she feels like as a group they could have been farther along, if she didn't get locked up. Now, we also got to learn more about the younger JT and how she grew up. And she shared that her dad had money. He had 16 kids and he was a hustler. She lived with her dad because she shared that her mom was on drugs. And then she stopped living with her dad at 13. And then she wanted to move in with her aunt and her cousins because they just looked like they was having a good time and having things their way, as she said. And, when she got there, she realized things were a lot different. Her aunt was struggling, doing the best that she could, and she couldn't get a lot of things anymore. And then she wanted to go back home with her dad, but he never let her go back, and they have a bad relationship to this day. She doesn't really talk to him like that. So I really wonder if that was the whole reason why. I'm assuming so. But she did share that she does take care of her mom, and her mom will gloat about her and stuff like that. But, as far as her dad, they don't really have a relationship. Now, she also spoke about her time when she was in her early 20s and how she was scamming. We all know that's how she ended up arrested and stuff like that. Listen to what she had to say.
When I was going to AI, I was like 21. So when I was going to college, because I just felt like that's what I wanted to do. I always was a smart girl, but I wanted to move faster. So I started making money. Like, I started making real bread, like off of doing
what's
the wrong
real
thing.
bread? Not like you make it now.
Hell nah.
Right, but like...
Hell nah, no. Real bread for the hood.
Yeah.
Like, I was making like $20,000. I go come back home with $20,000 and some credit.
Like in one run? Like in one...
In one run. But
not like a year.
I was a road runner. Not a year. No, hell nah. Like two. Like if I leave today and I come back Friday, I'm going to come back with like 20 bins and some credit and some games and some shoes and a purse.
And in that time, did you ever worry like, if I get caught, I'm going to go to jail?
No, I was just living it.
So JC was young and just getting it anywhere she could pretty much. And I thought that it was so interesting because she also shared that she used to freestyle around this time. And her friends encouraged her to become a rapper, but she was scared to rap by herself. She was asking like other people, like close friends, to join her. And then she asked Carisha, and then they recorded a song, and it was up from there. And then the song F That went off really fast in their area. And then they met P, and then they had 2 songs at that time. And people were wanting more music from them. Now, during this time, JT was supposed to go to jail. But she said P wrote a letter for her, helped her out, bought her some more time. So she had 6 months before she had to turn herself in. And she was just working in the studio like crazy so that they could have an album. Now, even the song that they had with Drake, the song they had with Drake, like that came out but she said that she had to go to jail at that time, so she couldn't enjoy it all. And I'm sure that plays into why she feels so guilty, because that was when the hype for them was building up, and when people were starting to figure out even more who they were. So she still hasn't forgiven herself for that. Now, she said that it's not the end of the City Girls, because Angie Martinez was asking her about the City Girls and what's going on, because we all want to know what's going on. If you're subscribed to the channel, we talk about it every once in a while. And she said it's not the end of the City Girls, but she's really hard on herself about, going to jail, like I said, and how they didn't get to push themselves when they had the hype, like I was talking about before. And then she also chose to share that she doesn't feel like a lot of people are rooting for her. And she talked about how the blogs used to hurt her feelings, which kind of messed her up based on like captions that they would put out there about her. And she feels like really misunderstood. And then she also talked about the advice that Nicki Minaj gave her. And Nicki told her, you have this time, you got this gift, and not many people can do this. You can't think about the outside opinions. Listen to this.
Rapper, and she just got the most toughest love ever. Like, she'll tell you some shit, and the moment
this has to be Nicki.
Yeah. And you'll be like, and then you'll think about it like, she's so right. Like, you came here to you got this talent, you got this gift, you can write this down. And not many people can do this. So you need to come, and you need to do what you came to do. And you need to go as hard as you can. You can't think about outside opinions, because that's my problem.
So JT also made sure to address how the internet painted her out to be this angry, mean girl when she's just giving her opinion or just defending herself. And you can tell this really bothered her, and I'm sure it hits harder that her group mate, Carisha, gets portrayed as this fun, nice, outgoing, silly, cool to be around person. And since there's only 2 members of them in a group, everybody kind of thinks like, okay, Carisha's the fun one. She'll get along. She'll talk to you. She's nice. And JT's the mean one. And when it's just you being compared to somebody else, that has to hit even harder. So you could tell that she's really bothered by that. I mean, she admitted it. And she doesn't want to be portrayed like that, because apparently that's not really who she is. Now, getting back to addressing the group, JT also addressed if they're breaking up and talked about the solo projects and everything like that. Now, JT said that they realize that they're powerful together and they can make money doing solo things and money together. Listen to what she had to say.
Say this, that you guys really trying to ride this out. Like, there's no solo projects. There's no, I mean, Lord willing, right? But there's no breakups.
No. I feel like we at a stage, we grown. We started this shit. We wasn't that young, but we were young. The future of the City Girls can be the City Girls. And I pray that our egos does not like separate it, or the internet, or guys, or like nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Like nothing. I hope.
Do you worry? Do you worry about that? A little bit.
Sometimes I be on my shit. Sometimes she be on her shit.
Now, she also said that she hopes that egos and men don't break them up, or them just getting too busy doing solo things. She also admitted that if she gets mad at Young Miami, she'll just block her number. So they definitely act like sisters. I could tell, even though the outside looking in, a lot of us feel like there is this weird vibe between Young Miami and JT. And I don't know, maybe we're catching them when JT got Young Miami blocked and they argued about something. I don't know. But a lot of us have noticed, especially since JT went on Carisha Please, we notice that vibe. Like, we do. We notice it. Now, I thought it was really interesting that she mentioned she hopes that egos and men don't break them up. Because remember back when JT got with Uzi, and we thought that, JT's relationship with Uzi was kind of like conflicting with Carisha. Like, there was a iffy point there where people was thinking that Uzi was going to break them up. So it was just interesting that she mentioned she hoped that men and egos don't break them up, because clearly something had to happen, or conversations had to be had, or as they're getting older, like she mentioned, she said sometimes she just want to be with her man, and sometimes Carisha just want to be with her man. Okay, so they're growing as women while maintaining being a group. All right, so she mentioned they started this at 21, 22, and now they about 30, 29, 30. So they're evolving as women and understanding each other as they're growing. So after watching this, what do y'all think about the fate of the City Girls? I wish Angie Martinez would have asked her about QC selling the label and how does that impact them. I wish, but maybe this interview was done before the news was public. I was hoping she was going to ask her about that, but we didn't get that. Now, I also wanted to squeeze in a little time to talk about Rihanna. We know the Super Bowl is around the corner. It is this weekend, okay? Who are y'all rooting for to win the Super Bowl? And if you're just watching to watch Rihanna, I understand that too. I'm actually rooting for a team, but I'm going to keep that to myself until they win. All right, so Rihanna talks about what to expect for the Super Bowl, what direction she, wants to go in with music and more. Listen to what she had to say.
Ooh. Maybe favorite album to record or my favorite album?
Let's get both.
Okay, I really enjoyed recording Loud and Diamonds. I was on the road for both of those albums when I created them. I was touring one album, making the next, and then I came back and toured that album and made the next. And then Anti was the first time that I took my time making an album while not being on tour. And that frustrated my fans a bit, and here I am doing it again to them. But Anti, for sure, top favorite album I've ever made. Musically, I'm feeling open. I'm feeling open to exploring, discovering, creating things that are new, things that are different, things that are off, weird, might not ever make sense to my fans, the people that know the music that I put out. That I just want to play. I want to have fun. I want to have fun with music.
So Rihanna, I can't wait to see her performance. She said that there was 30 plus different set lists. There was a lot more to this interview. So watch the whole thing if you guys find it on social media. So she's been preparing a lot. Remember, there was the rumors that she wasn't practicing and all this other stuff. So I'm sure her performance is going to be really good. And she even said if it flies or if it flops, it's her name behind it. But I'm here to support her. I'm just happy she got the opportunity. So we shall see on Sunday. And that's all I have for you guys. Have a good one. Bye.